The studio's open. All right, let's turn this down here. Sorry to keep you waiting. That's my little countdown. Let's get the YouTube over here so I can see the big screen. Then I don't have to have my glasses on because I can see. Oh, there it is. Red October. Chitty chat, chat, chat. And mute that. All right. Brett is having technical. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. How's it going? How is it going? All right. So I got my coffee. I am. Warsaw, what's going on, brother? Secret stuff. Secret. Is it a secret? Today I iced up a brand new red GI Army shovel. Nice. Folds and can be put in a backpack. Let me go get my charger because my laptop's gonna die now. Damn it. Hold on. You know, when you have so much going on and you're having technical difficulties, there's a lot of work, man. You just think it's gonna fly and go smooth and it doesn't. Oh, hang on, guys. All right. Jeez. All right, we have power. We have power. That's what happens when you're a YouTube star, man. You know. You know. You just you really got to get this stuff organized if you want to go live, right? Be professional, Red. Come on, be professional. All right. How's it going? How's it going out there? Didn't have anything in particular to talk about. Just wanted to ramble a little bit and see if there was anything that was gonna pique your interest. And let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Mic check. Word to your mother. Mic check. Mic check. Let's put some doomsday music on. Doomsday music. We're gonna talk doomsday. Let's see. What is a good doomsday? Let's see. Songs for the Apocalypse. Let's play that one. See what that's about. All right. Let's see what 5x5. All right. Moonchild, Lady Smith. Welcome. Secret stuff. That's my homie. Warsaw Patriot. Can't get the words out. My apologies. Yeah. So the world, man. The world is something's going on, right? It's just, I think we're too far gone. I know we've said that a million times when we get on these chats and we start talking about this and that, but I think that we're really going to have to lose a big part of this country in order for us to like restart, rebuild. It's fine, dude. I'm America's. Ungravely on, unraveling on the yeah. It's just daily. It's daily. It's like, I turn on my computer because I work from home, and the news comes up. I mean, I'll see news articles, and it's just one story after the next. So and so died. This person jacked up this person. Mom or kills the babies, and then the husband tries to poison the wife, and we're sending millions overseas, and Social Security is going to run out. It's just like, dang, like this is, I'm ready to get to my next chapter in life. And I'm like, dang. Right, by the way, you hear that Canadians are now illegally crossing the U.S. I did not hear that, but I'm glad you brought that up. So I saw a video, I think it was on TikTok, and somebody was reporting a lot of Chinese men, like a lot of Chinese men immigrating through Mexico into the Texas border at an alarming rate, like a large number of them, right? And so that said, it's just getting out of control now because it's not just our neighbors; it's everyone coming in from all over the world. It's like we're the central housing for the world, and it's becoming overwhelming to the point where our country has to change in order to adapt and take all these people in because there is no way that we can house everybody without them changing our country too, you know. Let's see what the computer's a little slow on the. Don't get me wrong, I also love freedom. Yeah, no, I know, I understand. Is gonna miss some. Yeah, you know the money's running out. They're talking about. I mean, you heard what happened in France back in World War II. We sent trillions to food to Germany when Russia closed them off. Now we are spending. Now we're sending weapons and food to Ukraine. Yeah, it's just history's repeating itself. Well, that's the thing. I was telling my wife. I said, you know, how are we going to send all this money overseas, right? These millions of dollars, and yet now they're saying we're not going to have any money for Social Security in the years to come. Why can't you figure this out? You know, why can't you, as our government, figure this out and do something? And if you don't have the money for Social Security in the years to come, why are you sending money overseas? I mean, that makes no sense. Dude, we're in one of the most darkest times, especially on the possible brink. Yeah. You know, here's my thought on that. Here's my thought on that process. You got Mother Russia. You got the dragon, right? You got North Korea, Iran, Iraq, right? Slowly, like on a chessboard, we are eliminating the superpowers first. We, meaning the U.S., right? The U.S. is dominating the field by with and through NATO, right? We got all these countries backing us up, joining forces to take out the top dogs. The top dogs right now, we're going to say, is the Russia and the dragon, right? Think about this. You eliminate one, what's going to stop us to go after number two? And when you take out those two, there's nothing stopping us from going after North Korea. They don't have a leg to stand on. They have no allies, no one to back them up, and that's ultimately what's going to lead to you're putting a dog in a corner. He's going to bite back, regardless if he thinks he's going to win that fight. That dog is going to bite back because it has no options. Like you're leaving countries without any options, right? And it makes no sense to me why we push at this war so much, why we fund it so much, why we are just adamant that we cannot back down, we cannot lose, right? To the point of WW3, right? I mean, on one end, we could really jack up their economy, right? Talking about China. But how does that help us out, right? When we get so much imports from them, medicines, cheap labor, right? Cheap products, Nike, all the major clothing, things that you have in your house even if they're not made there, the parts are assembled there, right? Most pretty much everything comes from there, right? But even if the parts are made there and they're assembled here, they're still coming from there. Imagine what that would do to our economy. The whole Ukraine war started back in, it's backed up. And that's the thing. It's like this thing has been going on that long. No one bothered to think about, okay, what if this what if this turns sideways? What if things don't go the way we think they're gonna go? What's going on, Jeremy? What's up, Red? Tuning in from the gym. Okay, cool. Welcome. When Russia attacks a NATO country, our boys are now sent to war. If we just feed Ukraine, their sons die. Russia's will attack NATO. Da, da, da. Yep. Dude, it's just a mess. I mean, it's, you know, for the ones that are working, that have steady income jobs, it's fine, right? Like, I don't, for the most part, me and my spouse, we don't feel it. Eventually it'll hit us, right? As far as like buying food, it's not an issue. Gas, not an issue right now. With me having to go into the office, they're trying to jack up our days and go more in. That's going to be more, gas out of my pocketbook. Another reason why I'm looking forward to just retiring, calling it quits, and hey, I put in the time, I have enough, I can retire. It may not be, the highest salary I could get if I just stayed, you know, another 4 or 5 years, maybe several years. But at this rate, I'm ready to move on. I mean, I just think that we're at the point of no return. I mean, at this point, you just gotta let the chips fall where they fall, and hope that you make it. You know. Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I mean, when does it end? It doesn't. It just evolves, and there is no end to the madness at this point. With everybody feeling like they're being put into a box, right? Because you have to associate with this side or that side or this group or that group. Being forced to put in, being forced into a box goes against the idea of everything that America stands for, right? Freedom of speech, freedom to decide, freedom to be what you want to be, freedom to work wherever you want to work. We're ultimately destroying our own country in a nutshell, because we've allowed so much to change for the better, but also too, you're going to get the bad and the ugly with them. You know, I don't. I think it's going to have to get way worse before it even gets better. And again, if Social Security is in turmoil, and money's running out, how do you have money to send overseas? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. It doesn't make any sense. What's up, Stuart? I saw you pop in there. I'm looking at my phone, and then I got the laptop right there. I saw some people jump in. JH556. Let's see. Okay, Stuart. Let's see. Oh shit! Now it's all popping up. Get where you want to be, everyone. The pendulum always swings, and you cannot change much, really. Lady Smith Dark. Have you been listening to Canadian Prepper too much? No, I don't even give him much thought anymore. I mean, I see his thing, and to me, to me, when I see, and it's unfortunate, right? Whenever you see channels like his or any prepper channel that's like, hey, go to my store, here's my link in my bio, here's my t-shirts, whatever. My thing is, if you're screaming and hollering, the sky is falling. What does it matter what you're selling and promoting? Yes, I know you still got to pay bills and lights and all that. That's always been my thing. And the thing is with him, it's a show. I hate to say it. I liked the dude when I first met him. We even went back and forth a couple of times on videos, back when he was a small channel, right? Now he's big shot, big time, has no time for the little people. But back in the day, he was genuine. But whenever you see a channel like his, you got to think it's a business. That's all it is. It's a business. And I'm not shitting on him. I'm not talking bad about him. I'm pretty sure he's a good guy. But it is a business he has, right? His channel's about selling products. He has a storefront. He has to sell those items. Why not incorporate his YouTube channel into the store and the links and the bayous and all that? So I don't feed into anything that he says, because if, as long as he's selling something or promoting something or dropping in the link, I don't take what he says to heart, as far as like, oh, this is it, this is the hour, this is the week, it's going to happen. If he's still trying to make money and he's like, okay, this week the missiles are coming down, what does it matter that you're selling shit? I mean, think about it. Let's see. Hey, Red. Hope you're doing. I'm doing good, JH. I'm doing. Life is good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm calm. Peace. I'm good. I have my days just like anybody else, but overall, my day is good. My life is good. When I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I just do several of those and just try to take it easy and analyze where I'm at compared to where other people are. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing good still. Life could always be a little bit better, right? So, God has a plan, and I strongly recommend you all before it's too late to accept. I've already accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. Good to see. All is well. Lady Stewart, you agree, Red? I do. I agree. I'm just reading your comment now. What we're saying. You don't have to preach to me, brother. You're preaching to the choir. So I just don't preach on my channel because, people get all wacky and stuff like, oh, you're talking about Jesus. And I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm not here to preach to people. You know, if you want to ask me what I feel or what I think about, I'll tell you. But as far as going back and forth with people and debating and this and that, that's not me. I'm not doing that. But yes, to answer your question, I agree, Warsaw. I agree, brother. Yeah. Why'd you retract your message, man? I said, yes, I do. Yeah, I have no problem with that, man. No problem. So, other than that, I just, let's see what happened. Regardless to red people are thinking we are in the possible. Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I just, to me, and I go back and forth with this thing on different platforms, different people, and I know people's hearts are in the right place, and they're like, I just want to try to help. And I'm like, look, I'm at the point now, you can't save everybody, and those that need to save and don't want it, and if they do want it, they know where to reach me or anyone to pray for them or help them get to where they need to be. I'll even point you to there's a church, there's a church, there's a pastor, there's a priest right there. you know, I'm just not. It's just I'm not. That's not me anymore. I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm not preaching to sell you or anything. You either believe or you don't. I can't help you. Jesus couldn't save everybody, and I sure as hell ain't gonna be able to change mine. So, but I agree with you, brother. And I think that if that's you, awesome, go for it, preach it. But I just don't do that anymore. Might be cut the grass. Cut the grass. What do you mean cut the grass? Man, secret stuff, he be watching everything. He like, if he sees an arrow right on the corner or he sees something right over there in a tree, he's like, oh, I see a little bug, I see a bird right in the corner there. See a little piece of trash right there. To cut the grass today. Oh, I cut the grass. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I actually need to cut mine too. But the thing is, with the whole cedar thing around here and the grass, you got to really be careful because it doesn't bug me, but I know it bugs like my wife and other people. But yeah, I need to cut mine too. So let's see. I need someone to pray for me winning Powerball. All right, I'm gonna pray Hey, Lucky. God bless Lucky. It may not be in money, but I pray that you bless her. And I pray that you bless her radio voice. And I pray that you bless her with a new picture doll next time she goes live. And I pray for her dogs and her husband. And I pray that she is physically well, emotionally, mentally, healthy wise. And in Jesus' name, pray for you. Amen. Can I get an amen, sister? I love you. Oh, my dolls. And yes, pray for everybody in your household. All you got to do is accept them, Lucky. That's all you got to do is accept Jesus Christ as your Savior, and ask for forgiveness, and you're saved. Amen. I see this video, and it goes around. I've seen it on Instagram, no TikTok. I've seen it on TikTok, and there's just audio, right? And it's always somebody chasing a chicken or chasing someone like, and they're like, "Man, do you have time to talk about Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior?" And they're like, and they're running, right? You can hear the audio, and the guy's like, "Ma'am, I just want to talk to you about Jesus Christ." That's what it felt like. Oh Lord, yeah. So, hey, you ask and you shall receive. Oh my goodness. How you been, Lucky? How's life going? How's work going? What's new? Where you been? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't get worked up. I don't need to pray about these grocery prices. Chant, cast a spell, do something. You know, yeah, stick to your HEB. That's what I'm going to tell you first of all. But yeah, the prices are going up. I mean, it's just, and right now, because financially, because our jobs are stable and we have a steady income, thank God, we don't really feel it that much. But my wife's is like, man, the groceries are going up. I'm like, yeah, they are. What do you want me to do about them? We still got to buy groceries. But what were you saying about the prices? Yeah, it's just. Oh, I saw a story. I saw a story today. I heard it on the news, and some guy robbed some store. Didn't have a gun. Now it made the news. I think he stole some sunglasses, and the cops ended up chasing him. And I don't know the whole story. I don't know if they said, "Hey, we thought he had a gun" or whatever, but they ended up shooting him, and he died. And I thought to myself, that's a dumb way to die, right? And that's a senseless way to go to leave this earth, right? And I was thinking to myself, the more we see turmoil, the more we see hard times, people are going to do stupid things, right, without really thinking about them. Because we know nowadays people don't have common sense. That we're going to see people do things without thinking about them, and the consequences are going to be greater than they expected to be. And I'm not saying anything bad about this person. It sucks. Just like the one where it was a guy that went into a Houston restaurant to rob a couple of people. Little did he know that one of the patrons there, one of the people eating, actually had their gun, and when the guy walked by, walked up right behind him and just popped him right behind the head, and I popped a couple of times, I think, and then even when he hit the ground, and I thought to myself, he probably had no idea, thinking, oh, I'm gonna go in this place, rob these people, and I'm gonna die. Probably never crossed his mind, because he didn't think ahead, right? He didn't think the consequence. He just said, I'm gonna do it. And that's where we're at today, people. The world is losing its place. The world is losing, and I think it's too much. It's overwhelming the system. We got people coming in from China through the Mexico border. Of course, we have Warsaw mentioned that some of the Canadians are starting to cross over illegally now. And the thing is like, until we as a country stop aiding everyone that comes through and rewarding them and saying, here's the EBT card, right? Here's housing, here's school, here's all these medical programs. You get free daycare, you get free lunches. You get a loan if you want to start a business, and they don't have no papers, they're illegal, no social security, they're not paying in the system. And then the people that are here, Americans, can't even cut a break. How does that work? How do you expect that wheel to turn and keep turning? And I'm going to tell you a little quick story about retirement. A long, long, long time ago, I used to work for a retirement entity, right? And the way this entity works, just like Social Security, members pay into this system, right? So if you do enough years, like Social Security, after a certain age, a certain years, you draw an annuity check, which is a retirement check, right, for the rest of your life. And then if you choose an option, it could carry over to your spouse. I'm sure the government, the county, the state, the city, they all do it the same way. Just the systems are a little bit different. The way that works is I pay into the system now, 20, 25, 30, whatever number of years it is, whatever the requirement is, your age. If I stay in the system that long and I continue to pay in that system, then at that age, with that amount of years, I get to draw an annuity check for the rest of my life, right? The money that people pay into an annuity to an entity, to a retirement system, if you live long enough, you draw far more money out than what you put in. It's just a fact. There's no way if you put in 75, 100,000, 150,000, again, every month they took money out of your check. Your annuity is based on what you paid in, based on how many years you put in, what you paid in, and your age, right? And then if you choose a plan that I'm going to get this check until I die and that's it. Or you choose a plan that if I die before my spouse will get that check, right? That's generally how they work. They used to work back in the day where, I got a message, sorry. They used to work where like you could actually leave them to your kids. I think they did away with that because the kids were outliving the parents. So if you're drawing that annuity, let's say within 7 years, right? You've already used your money that you paid into that system. You're still drawing that to the rest of your life. How does that work? Well, that works because that next generation of when you retire, those people that are still working for the next, 20, 25, 30 years, they're paying into the system that's paying you. And then it's a cycle, right? It's a revolving cycle. Well, when you stop having as many people paying into the system, there's less money as that wheel comes back around. And then there's less and less and less. How do you think that system's going to last? How do you think Social Security is going to continue to pay out those benefits when you have all these people coming into the country not paying into the system, getting all the EBTs, getting all the housing, getting all these government assistance? That money has to come from somewhere, right? How do you think that system continues, right? It has to be a consistent system in order for you pay in. Hey, what's up, Jeep? You pay in, right? And then you draw, and then the people behind you pay in, and then you draw, and then when that next generation comes and goes, that third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, they're paying into the system for all those generations that are retiring. That's how Social Security works. I'm not saying I work for Social Security, but that's how it works. And you can't do that if you don't have people pay into the system like it was designed to work. And yes, that is exactly what's happening in France, right? They've realized that the bubble's about to bust and they can't afford at the rate that they're paying out. So now they have to make an adjustment saying, we're changing the rules now. Now you have to be older. Now there's another stipulation or two because they know that life expectancy's just gotten a lot shorter, so you're paying out less benefits. And the idea is just like the casinos, right? The house takes all, right? The casino doesn't last if they're constantly pumping out money and not receiving money. It's the same concept, guys. Your Education 101 class is over. And I'm not the smartest man in the room. I'm just saying, I'm not the smartest man in the room. That's just what I, that's just what I heard. That's just what I've experienced. So, yeah, Paris is on fire. I mean, and the thing is, the people that are in charge, the government people, don't revert back until they know, okay, these people are not going to let up. They're going to keep protesting and keep burning shit up. We got to go back and let's wait a year or two, let things calm down, and then we'll bring it back up in the secret. We'll throw it in some bills and they won't even know. That's how government works. I'm just saying. I'm not the smartest man in the room. I'm just saying. And the thing is, if those in charge, if they were smart enough, you know what they would do with this whole Russia Ukraine thing is they should wait it out. Wait it out. They should have backed that a long time ago. Stop sending all that money. Russia called our bluff. What, a year plus later, we're still funding this shit. We thought things were gonna happen real quick. They didn't. Time to pull out. Time to pull out. Admit your loss, lick your wounds, let's regroup. What they should have did was just wait it out. A couple more years, Putin's gonna be a little bit older, maybe sick with some issues, right? Maybe sick with some issues, some health issues. He passes away. They prep another shoe-in leader to take his spot secretly, and then you have NATO reach out to Ukraine to bring them in. That's what they should have done. That's what they should have done. But why they're so adamant makes no sense to me. I'm sure it makes no sense to the rest of the world, right? Can I get an amen? Hey, what's up, Moonsprout? What's going on? And I don't pretend to know it all. I don't pretend to be like, I am the ultimate person you should listen to. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. All I can tell you is based on how I've lived my life, how I've made decisions in my life. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, and that's because of the decisions that I've made, not to do drugs, not to smoke, not to party with the wrong crowds, not to hang around criminals. you know, that's me. I'm not shitting on anybody else. Everybody makes mistakes. You can make mistakes. You just learn from them, right? It's like if you get into a bad marriage, which we've all done, right? Which it happens. And you realize like, hey, this is not where I want to be in life. And you get a divorce, right? And you find your love of your life, and you start over and you do things right, because now you know this is what I want in my life. I want someone that loves me, that supports me, that encourages me, that supports me when I need it and where I need that support. And then here's what I don't want in a relationship. Here's what I don't need. Here's what I'm not going to put up with, right? That's growing and learning. That's becoming an adult and being wiser, right? But the ones that keep making the same mistake, it's hard for me to feel sorry for anyone. It's like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I mean, you hate going to jail, but yet you keep doing the same shit over and over. So have fun, keep doing it. you know. And to me, it's people just like that have that mindset don't want to be better, right? Because it's too hard, right? Because it's too much work. They don't want to put in the work because doing the right thing is never easy. Trust me, I know. I had this conversation with a relative of mine, and I tell him, dude, I got problems too. Just my problems are different than your problems, right? I have challenges to face that are different from you. I got more responsibility than you in a house and 2 car payments and insurance, right? Adult kids, grandkids. I got my monthly bills, right? Still got to file my taxes. I mean, I got all this stuff to worry about. Things that he doesn't even deal with. He's just on a whole different level. His life is simple, but it's also troublesome because he's not where he should be because he refused to grow up to put in the work, and now he's struggling. It's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. you're trying to play catch up to me. I mean, you're 20 years behind me. So now you're trying to rush up to where I'm at. That ain't gonna happen. Not with double the stress and double the problems. So, and it's sad, but I can't make him change if he doesn't want to. I can't make him grow up and say, "Hey, are you ready to grow up? Because you're 20 years behind me, brother." You know. But I'm not trying to lecture anybody. You know, everybody can decide what they want to be, who they want to be, where they want to be. You know, it's just life. You have to decide. I got 13 people watching. What? Any other topics you want to talk about? People are at times lost within themselves. That's true. And you know, again, I'm not trying to shit on anybody, Warsaw. Everyone's different. Everybody, 95% of the people will take the path of convenience. Yeah, just because it's easy, right? And I've always looked back, and even now I look fast forward. I've always looked at people and I'm like, why do they do what they do, right? And here's the perfect analogy. One of my kids, I told this kid, I said, look, whatever you being here, you hiding out, you not wanting to like get out there into the world, I said, you see that front door right there? Beyond that front door is life. It's waiting for you. Stress, headaches, struggles, relationships, different jobs, bills, responsibility, you know, figuring this shit out, right? It's not going anywhere. So whether you want to leave now or 3 years or 5 years, or you want to wait 10 years and decide, okay, now I'm ready to move out, that all that shit out there is still waiting for you. You might as well face it right now and say, okay, world, here I come. You know, and I think that is the problem with youth today, is that they all want to stay home and they want to live with mom and dad because it's convenience, it's easy. It's too hard to make it out there. And I told my mom, I was like, because she always says, oh, the kids are, you know, it's hard. And I'm like, mom, I mean, it wasn't easy for us. We still figured out, yes, it's hard, but it's always been hard for every generation, just depending on the time frame. Everyone struggles. How do you think we ended up where we're at now? They didn't hand this to me, you know, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I had to work for it. And now I'm at a place where like things are good. I put in the time. We put in the work. Excuse me. You know, this was a lot of trial and error. I think about my grandfather. You know, he's already a year and a half passed away, and I think about all the years that I put into to care for him and to do the things that I did for him. And there's times I didn't want to do, or I didn't want to go over there, but I had that sense of obligation. Like this man took me in when I was a baby. My mom was only 16 years old. She didn't know what she was doing, didn't have a place. They gave me the best life. Hang on. Stupid cat. We have a cat that goes to the front door. I have my sensor on, which I have an alarm out here, and I also have we have a whole security system and cameras and stuff. So, but I'm on live right now, so of course it's not popping up. But I have the motion sensor. That's a good thing to Amazon. You can buy these in single or paired or even like four, where they're motion censored, right? And you can put them around the house. And so, like, let's say you're in the backyard, you can put one by the gate, front door, the other side of the gate, maybe even the back gate. And if anything passes through, that little thing will go up. And you can turn it down too, but it's a great security prepping thing. Ding dong, Avon lady. Remember the day? Remember the Tupperware ladies? Like, oh, man, my grandmother used to buy Tupperware like no tomorrow. Hey, what's going on, Ark Living? Where you been, man? Nice to see you. 80s and 90s people worked for the things they wanted and had to pay for it. Early 2000s. Yeah, Warsaw, 100% correct. Ding dong. Police red, you are wanted. You know, I'll tell you a funny story about the police and cameras. So apparently there was an incident that happened. I don't know. Let's just say February, Valentine's Day. I don't know. And the police, apparently, I didn't know this. So what happened was the police came by. We weren't here. I saw them on the camera, and I didn't answer. She pushed the thing. I could have, to the speaker, how you like, hi, how can I help you, whatever, right? One of those, the popular camera companies. And so I did. I was like, I don't know her. She's probably so. When I got back, there was a police detective card on the thing, right? I was like, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have no warrants. I've never been to jail. I pay my taxes. Surely she got the wrong house. So of course I called, right? Left the message, didn't answer. Called back again, got the operator. I said, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of this detective. They left a card. They didn't leave a message. So I don't know what this is about. I think they got the wrong house. Transferred back to the voicemail, left another one. I was like, okay, fine. The detective calls me back and says that there was an incident that happened Valentine's Day or whatever. And what they did was, tell you a secret, what they did was they were combing the whole neighborhood, right, up and down, and they were looking for everyone that had a camera, right? And so they noticed that we had cameras like throughout the house in the front and stuff. I mean, they're positioned like everywhere. And so she wanted to know if we had any footage from an incident that day of any vehicles. And I told her no, I didn't have any, for reasons I'm not going to go into. But I was like, no, I don't have any recordings for that day. And so, but now I know that if the cameras come on when a vehicle or individual goes by, it's going to pick that up. There's a good chance they're going to come knocking your door saying, hey, we want to know if you have any footage of on this date, this time, or whatever. So just thought I'd share. Red LOL. Generations touchscreen. Yeah. Heroic Prepper, where you been, man? I haven't seen you around in like forever. I was thinking about you the other day. I thought to myself, man, Heroic Prepper has nothing to talk about. Like he's run out of material. So I was like, where's this dude at? Like where's he at? I haven't seen him. I haven't nothing, So I'm glad that you're doing okay, man. Please wait while connect. Okay, so that's taking a while there. Let me see what. Okay, so now it's popping up. Red, also when I was a kid, I remember this song, The Lazy Generation by the F-Ups. LOL, funny. Yeah, I'll look at that link. I don't want to click off this. Well, you know what? Let me click on it. I guess that could get a warrant for. Yeah, you could. So just know that you may be obligated to hand over any footage. I mean, unless you went in there and deleted it, but I wouldn't recommend that. So let me click on that link that you sent. Okay, now that I have it on my YouTube thing, it'll come up on my history, so I'll check it out. Let me pause that. Actually, it just opened up another window, so. Yeah, so just a little FYI, wink, wink, wink. But the opposite goes for criminals. Think about anyone that's, and I thought about this. I thought, what if your camera picked up an incident where some really, really, really bad people, number one, would they destroy your cameras before they did the incident? Or B, would they come back around saying, hey, we want you to delete some footage on this day or you're going to have some problems, knock on wood. But, I'm sure that's happened before, right? In the movies, right? Dude, crime rate is skyrocketing. Yeah, Heroic. I was just saying earlier, I don't know if you heard, but I saw a news story on the news. I don't know what state, but apparently some guy went into some popular store, stole some glasses. Police were chasing him, and I don't know the whole story, if they say he had a gun or not, but they ended up shooting him. So of course now, the investigation begins. But I thought to myself, I was telling everyone here, what a dumb way to die, right? What a senseless way that you die. Like I'm sure he thought, I'm gonna go in here and steal these shades because I want them. I don't have any money, and that's why crime is up. I even hear Walmarts are shitting around in some states because the profits are not doing it. But I'll come back to that. Anyway, they shot this guy, right? And I was telling everybody in the chat, I'm sure he didn't even think like, I'm gonna go in the store, rob some sunglasses, run out, and I'm gonna die today. This is my last night. I'm sure it didn't even cross his mind, but those are the consequences that you, whether you're a straight up dude or you're a criminal, really need to be thinking about. And think about the senseless people in a scenario in SHTF that if everything goes to shit and there's no rule of law, there's going to be a lot of stupid mother blankers, mother truckers. They're going to be doing a lot of stupid shit. And then people are not going to put up with it because they're like, hey, come around here, fuck around and find out. And that's going to be your last day. And you're going to have a lot of senseless people dying because they made stupid mistakes. I mean, if it's on this scale now and there's law and order, imagine without any rule of law in a scenario where there's chaos, missiles are coming over, people are freaking out, running over the place. People are going to do desperate things at the last minute, and I hate to say it, they're going to go and steal big TVs. They're going to try and get some jewelry. There's people that are going to commit offenses, sexual assault, and they're going to meet their maker because there won't be any rule of law to say, fuck around and find out, come in my house, and I'm not even asking questions. It's just 1, 2, 3, good night. Can you imagine how crime would drop if what's the leader? Dude, I'm telling you, and I've said this before, Heroic. I've said this before. I'm sorry, First Shot, not Heroic. First Shot. Most criminals aren't very smart. Yeah, First Shot. This is what I've said before. If everybody fucks up, I get it. You mess up, you get a warning, slap on the wrist, whatever. But you do it again, a second, a third, a fourth, you're obviously not learning your lesson. And I've said this before, and I hate to say it so dramatic. You want to rob stores, right? This is your second, third, fourth offense. You start chopping off people's fingers, right? You want to steal, okay, chop a finger. Oh, you're still going to chop another one. They start thinking about when they start having these gone fingers. All your fingers are gone, you're still stealing? Chop off the hand. Oh, you want to run from the cops? Chop off some toes, chop off a foot. I bet you people will stop doing what they do, and I hate to say that, but if you don't do that, then XYZ wouldn't happen. Think about it, right? Don't start nothing, won't be nothing, right? If everybody plays by the rules and everybody does what they're supposed to, right? Go to work, pay your bills, pay your taxes, go to bed, get up, do the same thing over, right? It'd be a better place, right? Not perfect. Dead criminals hardly ever. Exactly, And that's the thing is like there's no sense in consequences in today's youth. In today's criminal mindset, there's no sense of consequences because you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can't touch me. Police, you can't. And this is the thing. Every time I see a police chase, whenever I see, police chase after somebody, right? And they're running and running, or they're driving, and then there's horrible accident happens, and then at that point the cops are just pissed. You're just doing ass whooping. I'm sorry, it's coming. Yeah, because that is probably the way cops think. It's like, oh, you just made me run like 2 miles back there. You made me chase you 50 miles. Adrenaline, you shot at me. Oh, when I catch you, you're gonna catch an ass beating. You're gonna get it. It's just part of the territory, right? Consequences, right? Consequences. You fuck up this, and you find out. And the thing is, there's no sense of consequence for today's generation. Like they feel entitled. You can't touch me. I want my lawyer. You can't shoot at me. How many times have you seen the perpetrator or the criminal's family come up afterwards and do a big this sorrow show. Oh, he was a good kid. He didn't deserve to die, and this and that. I'm yet to waiting to hear if somebody say, you know what, my son did wrong. I wish he didn't get shot. I wish he didn't die. But he fucked up, and he fucked up and found out. I'm waiting to hear that parent to come out and say, you know what, I wish my son was alive. I wish he didn't do what he did. That was wrong. But he got what he deserved, right? I know it's hard to hear that, but I'm waiting to hear the parent to come out and say, you know what, I told him don't do that. I told him. And I told him, you're going to fuck around, you're going to find out. And he found out. And now he dead. But that's on him. I didn't raise him like that. He chose to do that. He did bad. He fucked around to find out. Now he dead. I'm waiting to hear the parent come out and say that. I would give all praise to the parent that came out and said, yeah, I told my kids, you fuck around, you find out, you're gonna end up dead. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that and not being sensitive. But parents need to get on their kids' asses. I'm gonna kill it more or anything reckless driving over death by. Yeah, let's see. More often they learn what they've lived, raised. It is. But how many of these kids that have done what they've done didn't have a father figure, didn't have discipline, right? Didn't have structure, didn't have the things that they should have had growing up. How many of those kids grew up like that, So of course the parents blame. Exactly. I mean, the parents always come out and blame the person that took out the son, right? The person that tackled my son down, the police officer that arrested him aggressively. I can tell you this, in my whole life, I'm not gonna say I was never put in cuffs, right? But I was never arrested, I was never booked, I was never charged, I was never done, right? I got the shit scared out of me. A cop wanted to teach me a lesson. I was young, being cocky, bucked up to him. He put me in my place. I think he was an asshole cop, but I did provoke him. I can at least admit this and say, because of my attitude, because of my response to him, because of how I carried myself in my manner, I fucked around and find out. And guess what? He put the cuffs on me, threatened to take me to jail. When I got downtown, he couldn't book me on anything because I had no charges, right? I didn't do anything other than I told him I'm going, because at the time, of course, I didn't know my rights or whatever, but I was like, you have nothing to charge me with. You're just holding me here. And he knew that, but he was just fucking around with me, and I let him get the better of me. But I've never been chased. I've never been tackled. I've never been tased. I've never been shot at. I've never had a situation that I felt like, I'm offended, or that, this cop traumatized me. I've always, obeyed the law, pulled over. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Thank you, officer. I got the ticket. Have a good day. Okay, you have a good day. I fucked up. Give me the ticket. I go pay it. Take the traffic violation. People don't have that mindset today. People want to bitch and complain and argue and fight it. Like, you fucked up. Just pay the ticket. Hey, what's up, Roman? I didn't ignore you, brother. I saw you in there. I was driving around when I was listening to that live and stuff. Hey, man, I've got an early wake up, but wanted to say, okay, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, your schedule's all over the place, Roman. I try to catch up with you, but I was like, man, he's already going live. And I'm like, I'm missing all your lives, because it's so random. It's not like, oh, he usually comes on around this time of the day. But hey, I get it. So, 9 minutes around. Let's see. All right, guys, a couple more minutes. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Not that I'm trying to do it at the hour mark, because I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to I gotta cut it off in the hour mark so it can rotate on. What's up, Snaps? The optics are high. Hashtag Truthio. What's up, brother? yeah, I just decided to jump on here and just talk about random shit, man. Talk about life and the economy and the world as we know it. It's just everything is just fucked up right now, man. But yeah, just do your best, guys. Don't stress about more than what you can handle, right? How long until retirement, right? I'm aiming for the end of the year. I think I'm gonna call it quits at the end of the year. I think I'm able to do September, I think, but I think I'm gonna hang around till maybe end of October, maybe November. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of playing around with the dates. I don't know. I just know that I want to take off the holidays off. I want to be off and relax and not do anything and just enjoy my life. So, because you know, the holidays are already stressful, right? Getting presents, going here, going there, whatever. And so I'm kind of just bouncing off a couple of months. What month? This month, that month. I'm trying to take some vacations within my employment so I can get all that covered and paid for and all that for vacation days. So I'm trying to play it smart, man. But you know, all you can do is plan, and sometimes it doesn't go as planned, and then you end up, you know, leaving on a totally different date than you expected. So, but yeah, my job is aware, and they're like, yeah, that's cool. You know, I mean, you've earned it. You put in the time. So, and I can't believe it, but it's coming. It's coming along. I mean, and I'm like, I just feel like this is the right thing for me. It's time to move on, do something else, and definitely want to take a couple of months off and do nothing. Like just do maybe shit around the house, some honeydew list, you know, get up and just take my time and like, I don't want to do anything. I want to get up late. I want to just, I mean, I know I'm going to get bored. Everyone says you get bored, you got to have something to do, but give me my 3 months. Give me at least my 3 months. Hit like the peeps. Hit like. Oh, okay. Hit the like peeps. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. 30 acres to plant house. Yeah, and who knows? I really, in my mind, I would like to do some traveling and go see some of my YouTube brothers out there. Some of you may know Casey. He went by Midas Welby. I was supposed to go see him before he got sick, and then of course, a year and a half or so, he was fighting cancer and passed away. But I am going to go. I'm going to go visit the state that he lives in because I connected up with some people down there that he knew, and I've become friends with them. And so that's one of my journeys, is to go see them and hang out, and of course go visit the landscape of Montana. So that's what I want to do later in the year, and maybe see some other guys that I know here on YouTube in other states. But we'll see how crazy the world gets if it doesn't go too SHTF or too crazy, because I'm sure as hell not going to go to states that are pew pews, that are just total shit shows. So I'm hoping to do that and just enjoy life, man. Yes, I spent 30 acres. So yeah, I'm just taking it in, breathing it in. I paid my dues. Now I want to reap the rewards, and I want to enjoy the time that I put in, and just move on and do something else, and keep doing YouTube until can't do it no more. Hopefully, God willing, knock on wood. Everybody, do me a favor. Put your hand up and pray for Lucky Dame, right? Say a prayer for her. She needs it. So just a short prayer. God bless Lucky and her family, and in Jesus' name, and accept her in your kingdom, and and amen. That's it. So there you go, Lucky. Got all these prayer words for you. So okay, gang. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down too. It's 60 minutes. I love you all. Peace, love, harmony. I'll do more videos. Of course, I'll still do the bladed stuff. I got to give my shoulder a rest. That's pretty much worn out. So I think I like pulled a muscle here or something. So anyway, God bless you all, man. Stay safe, and watch your six, and make good decisions in life. You can't prevent them all, but just do your best. Live a good life. Be good to people. Be kind. All right.